Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the season opener of Pacific Open, Tier 1. We're here for round 1 in Interlagos. I'm your commentator, FGE Jakob. I'll be commentating over tonight's action. And I'm very excited. I haven't commentated here in Race Spec for probably over 2 seasons now, so excited to make my return. I'm going to be a bit rusty, but I'm very excited to commentate over these guys. Currently on board with Willow in the Mercedes. Is he going to enter the pits? He just finished a lap, so yep, he's coming into the pits. Next driver around looks to be a Red Bull, that is Prezzo. 52-1 and through the second sector. Now, coming through the final couple corners now. Down the back straight. Open the DRS. Is he going to run out of DRS? Because that is something that happens. He's going to come across the line 108.8. That puts himself P8. Ow, crud. Just kicked my toe. I'm fine. Prezzo goes P8 with the 108.8. And here we get, there's an Alpine coming across the line. That is Glob Drip, representing the Xbox community. 109 flat. Goes P9 behind Prezzo, the Ferrari behind. That looked like it was lightning. He improved marginally, according to his delta, by 0.008 of a second, but I'm not too certain if that's actually true. He's also on 3-lap-old softs, so he's probably going to come in at the end of this lap. He's probably just doing some laps. We're going to stay on board with the McLaren of Snickers Bud as he's going through this NS. Actually, he's run out of ERS, so he's probably on an in-lap right now, so that tells me no one is really on a lap at the moment. Prezzo is on an in-lap. He's half a second down and out of ERS. Glob Drip, same thing. Clunky is letting the I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's letting the McLaren of Snickers by, but Snickers is already out of ERS. "16 drivers here tonight for the season opener at Interlagos, and there are a bunch of drivers who couldn't." And I'm back, so Glob Drip, my mic is quiet because my controller just died, and that might be a common thing because I have run out of batteries, and all my batteries are low, so I am basically on life support at the moment. Mental Sun, welcome to the stream. That looks like the Aston of Jedley. He crashed out. He's in the third at the moment, but he has crashed at what looks to be turn 5. That's a weird place to crash. But he's out of the session. At least he put a good lap in. So we should hopefully not lose out too much. As here we have Cade. The driver currently in provisional pole, 100 down on his sector 1. Very clean in turn 4. And now going uphill into turn 6. Goes very fast. Double apex right-hander. Ooh, has to lift off the throttle a little bit. Doesn't go super tight through there. Doesn't use any of the inside curve. Will use any of the outside. He does. Has a little snap of oversteer. And now heading into the corner, which was infamously where Albon lost his maiden podium. Now heading down through turn 11. Oh, and he's made a mistake. Understeer or something. He's made a mistake, and that is his lap over, and he'll probably come back into the pits because he's out of ERS. To do another lap. And with Williams coming across the line, that is Andre, who goes P9, purple sector 3 as well. 1.3 seconds faster than his previous time. As it looks like the next driver that's going to come across the line is, look, Banana Cake Pie. He's on an out lap. Seb has invalidated. We're going to stay on board with Deputy, the lead coordinator for Pacific Open Tier 1, and let's see how he can do exiting Sector 2. It's a 52-3. should be competitive, should be around maybe P8 to P10, I would say. As here we go, activate the DRS and head down the main straight. He's going to come up to the line, he's going to set a 109 flat and go P10 right inside my prediction window. Okay, for Red Bull coming across the line, that is Prezzo starting his lap. We're going to send board him through the center S's, keeps it nice and clean. Didn't use much of the outside curve, and didn't keep it tight, but this should be a pretty good sector 1. 2 tenths up on his previous lap. That is very impressive for Prezzo. As I'm heading to turn 5 now. It looks like Karma has, no, that's Orphan Drop. Just gone up to P5 with the 108.4. I'm pretty sure he's Prezzo's brother, but if you're listening to Orphan, you might need to confirm that with me, because I'm not certain on it. As here we go, Prezzo doesn't take any of the inside curve, doesn't take any of the outside, and now there's a McLaren ahead of what I'd assume is Deputy. Doesn't hold him up, goes inside, and he exits sector 2 with what I'd assume is a 51. 51.4, 7 tenths up. He could be challenging for pole position here if he nails Jim South. And now heading down the back straight. The left king, before opening the DRS, he's going to come across. He's going to come up to the line. And Prezzo keeps it tight. It's going to be a 108 flat, 17 thousandths behind King. Goes up onto the front row provisionally. As a banana cake pie. Nope, that looks like the Mercedes of Ridgen. I think he just joined mid-quali. And Karma in the AlphaTauri. He has just gone P1 with the 107.9, the 10th clear of his teammate. Very impressive lap from the AlphaTauri driver, who I'm pretty sure said when the league chat opened up that he was going to miss the first round due to work. So it seems like plans have changed. Clarendon crossed the line that looks like Snickers bugs. We're going to stay on board with him through the Santa S, very tight through turn 1, but does use a lot of the outside curve, or the exit curve. As he opens the DRS, it's down the back straight. He's going to have a 17.1, 2 tenths up on his time, but not a fast sector 1. Nice and clean through turns 4 and 5, as now he goes uphill. Brake at the 50-meter board. Hit both of the apex as you climb your way up the hill. Avoids the Alpine. Very good job of getting out of the way there. I'm going to head on board with him, heading into turn 10 now. Brake right at the curb. He hit the apex. I think he took a little bit too much at the apex. Ooh, he did not turn in early enough. He's going to set a 52.5. 4 tenths up on his time. This could put him around where Clunky is. I'm now heading up to the line. Open the DRS. He's going to come up to the finish line. He's going to set a 109.151. 100 behind Clunky. So once again, I am very close at the predictions. As there's an AlphaTauri coming up to the line that is K'd on an invalidated lap. Is he warming up for a lap? No, it doesn't look like it. He's on 40%. So the next driver to come to the line is going to be the Williams of Andre, who's on an out lap. Don't forget to activate your DRS. Does he remember? He does. Cammy, what's up? As we go Andre. Brake right after the 50-meter board. Oh, he goes deep, but is able to recover the car. Doesn't take any of the inside curve. Doesn't take it. Oh, it takes a bit of the exit curve. Keeps it tight. Opens the DRS, and he's going to come up to the sector 1 line. He's going to set, I would assume, a 16. Nope, 17.0. 600s up on his time, though. I don't know, through turns 4 and 5. Doesn't use all of the exit curve, but takes a nice clean line as now he heads up the hill. Brake at the 50-meter board. Hit both of the apexes. Oh, there's the Alfa Romeo of, I'd assume, Dylan Toe, who impeded Andre there, right on the racing line. Andre was able to avoid him, but that could be a report inbound for Dylan. As here we go. Oh, Andre, he's gone for a spin. He's gone for a spin. Don't get disqualified for going backwards. My Siri just turned on. I have no clue why, but please shut up. And And that's Andre's lap over, but it looks like he has enough time to come back into the pits, get a new set of tires on, and be back out on track, as it looks like it is Orphan Drop, the first driver to come out of the pits, as we're going to say more to Dylan Cone through the center essence. Pretty good line. Through turns 1 to 3, I have to say. Activates the DRS, and he's going to come across the sector 1 and it's a 16.9, 200th up on his time. Uses all the exit curb. Uses the inside curb. Using all the exit curb there, that's something I haven't seen often. Doesn't chip up the 5th. Ooh, misses the second apex, he goes wide, and that's his lap over. That is Dylan's lap over. So now, next driver that's going to come across the line looks to be Orphan Drop. And Dylan, I don't know what he's doing, but he should know that Orphan Drop just came out of the pits, and right now, Dylan is driving a little bit like a maniac, I'm not gonna lie. I did not notice that, so Lightning went up the second, 2 thousandths behind Karma. And Prezzo went up the 4th in the Red Bull, right behind Cade and ahead of MJ. I am getting a message from CRX Elgato MG. Who are you? I'm sorry? Invita? I don't know if you're supposed to be in here, that's the issue. Because according to the check-in, you don't exist, so I don't know who you are. But if you could confirm yourself in the chat, that would be nice. Just to make sure I'm not inviting a random into the league, because that would be bad. As looks like the Alfa Romeo of what looks to be Banana. He's gone across the finish line, but we're going to say about an Orphan Drop. He's going to activate the DRS, come across the line. Currently half a second up on his time. This could be pole. He's going to keep it tight. It's a 107.9. Third place for the Red Bull driver. Super close to pole position, but just wasn't able to snatch it. Meanwhile, we have an Alfa Romeo coming across the line. That I'd assume that's Dylan Cho. My nose is getting congested at the moment. Just give me a moment to recover. Lightning's coming across the line. He's starting to stop. We're going to stay on board with him as he heads through the center S's, keeps it tight through curve 1. Uses all the inside curb, too much of the inside curb, spins it, and invalidates his time. That's Lightning's qualifying over. The best he'll be getting is second place. As it looks like the Haas of 7 is going to be coming across the line. I'd assume it's a 109, yet a 109.5. That's last place for the Haas driver, and that's where he'll be qualifying today. That is Banana coming across the line. 108.1 for the Alfa Romeo driver. He goes up to 6th. Meanwhile, there's an AlphaTauri coming across the line. That is Karma. He's gone up to pole. And there's Cade. Cade, 107.644. AlphaTauri 1-2. Cade has put it on pole position by 0.2 of a second. We have a Williams coming across the line next. That looks like Andre. 2 tenths up on his time quickly. Let's see how he can do. Will he keep it tight? Yes, he will. He's going to set a 108.891. Doesn't improve on his position, but does improve on his time. We have Dylan Cho next. He doesn't do anything. Prezzo's going to be next across the line, but he comes into the pit, so the Mercedes is next. That is Rigid. He doesn't improve. Clunky does improve, it looks like, but up to 12th position. We have one more driver coming across the line. That is MJ. He's coming into the pits. Up next, it looks to be Snickers and Willow. Snickers currently 3 tenths up on his time. He could jump Andre here. That's going to come across the line. 108.9. Willow, 108.7. And that is qualifying over as Seth has invalidated his time. So, there you have it. And that is qualifying over for the season opener here at Interlagos. And once Seb finally comes into the pits, at this point just retire. I'm not even gonna lie, just retire the car. You're just wasting our time. Come on. Come on, chop chop. You're already in the pit box. Come on. Took long enough. And there you have it. It is Cade on pole position with Karma in second, making it an AlphaTauri 1-2. That's going to be Lightning in third with Orphan dropping fourth. Prozo in fifth, making it a Red Bull 4-5. That's going to be Banana Cake Pie in sixth, Glob Drip in seventh for Alpine, MJ in eighth, Jedley in ninth. He crashed out early on, but his lap was able to secure a ninth place, and Deputy rounds out the top 10. Then it is Origin in 11th for Mercedes, Plunky in 12th, Dylan in 13th, Willow in 14th, Andre in 15th, Snickers in 16th, and Seb rounding out your grid in 17th. Although Elgato MG, I don't see him on the driver's list, so I don't know if he's a new driver, if he runs under a different gamer tag than what's on Discord, or if he's a complete random that's trying to screw this up. He's left, so I'd assume that he was not able to secure a car. Which I guess is good, but we don't know since, really, we don't know if he's supposed to be on the grid. Anyways, drivers getting their setups ready, getting their strategies ready to get this formation lap underway. Although I'm not sure if formation lap is enabled, because when it's crossplay, when there's drivers from different platforms, it causes some weird glitches. Like in one of my races around 2 weeks ago, crossplay was enabled, formation lap was enabled, and the safety car came out on the start. So this game is completely unpredictable with its bugs, so let's see if formation lap is enabled. No? Oh, it is. Alright. So, let's hope for no glitches, no bugs. But it's this game. It's not a guarantee at all. And so there we go. The 17 drivers on the grid trying to warm up their tires. It is a little bit overcast, it looks like. So that might throw some weather into the mix. We'll see as the race goes on. But here we have Cade and Karma, the two AlphaTauris fronting the grid. There's probably going to be some team play happening here. And something interesting I've just noticed. There are drivers from all three platforms racing in this. We have Cade, Origin, and Clunky, and Dylan racing on PC. We have Andre, Snickers, Seb, Deputy, Jedley, MJ, Banana, Prezzo, Orphan, and Karma on PlayStation. May as well add that Lightning is on PC as well. And then we have Glob Drip and Willow on Xbox. So really, this is a place. Oh, there's an AlphaTauri that's just pulled off. That is Karma trying to do a recreation of Verstappen 2016. But instead he's put it straight into the wall. Luckily it's the formation lap, so damage is disabled as the drivers line up to the grid. and my controller died. Perfect timing! Absolutely perfect timing. My sound is gone. But here we go. The start has happened. Kate and Karma hold on to the front two positions. Orphan Drop and Prezzo are 4-5. Lightning has had a terrible start. He's down to 8th. My sound is gone. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. There we go, it's back. What a weird game. And here we go. Cade leads the field, ending off lap 1. With Karma in second, Orphan in third, as Lightning and Globstrip are fighting it down the back straight. It looks like Lightning's gotten ahead. Ahead at turn 1, he's able to do so. Globstrip's going to try and hold it around the outside. He keeps his nose in, but Lightning is able to throw it around the outside and take 7th position away from Globstrip. But now he's burning. He's going to try and go around the outside. Heading into turn 4. Will he make it work? It's very tight. Lightning doesn't lose the room. Interesting. And now Jedley is by. Deputy's going to try and go up the inside. Jedley's going to try and go up the inside of Lightning. And Jedley has gone for a 2-for-1 move. He's up to 7th from 9th. But he's 1.7 seconds back on MJ, so he's going to have a huge task on his hand to get back into the DRS range. But that is Jedley up into 7th, Globstrip down to 9th, and Lightning down to 8th. He's trying to get by any way possible, and to be honest, this driving from Lightning is starting to get me questioned. Oh, that's a huge mistake from Lightning. He's into the wall. He might have front wing damage. Huge snap. And that is him into the barrier. He might have front wing damage. And that's Globstrip. He's spun around. He's down to 16th. He has made a huge mistake. Demiro spins it again. He's behind Ridget, who looks like he's also had a bit of an error on the first lap. And so we go Kane and Karma. Still within DRS range of each other. Ridgen fastest lap, but he is last, so he is clearing. As this Globstrip has gone for another spin at the back. That's Willow and Clunky, and Dylan fighting it out for 9th place. Clunky's gotten by Willow, and now Clunky's going to try and get past Willow. Clunky's going to try and get past Dylan, my bad. And that's 2 Aston Martins who have made a move at turn 6. Clunky's up to 9th. Great move from the Aston Martin driver. As Jedley, he has caught up to MJ by half a second, but it's not enough to get into DRS range, so it's going to be very tough for him to get back in. We have Lightning getting past Snickers, and actually got past Snickers due to him flying off track. God, I'm so congested at the moment. As Orphan Drop and Karma, side by side, Karma goes deep but is able to hold on to position. Orphan's going to try and get the switchback, heading down the back straight. He will have the DRS. He will be absolutely juicing it. Both of them are juicing it, heading into turn 4, but Orphan has the inside line. Will he make the move stick? Yes, he does. And then it's Orphan Drop up into... once again, I am running off of life support with these batteries. Lap 6 now, heading down the back street, orphan drop, still within DRS Cade, but Karma has completely dropped out. Banana's trying to go up the inside, and Banana's up to third actually, it's 3 wide between Banana, Karma, and MJ. MJ is throwing Karma as well, he's not been ascended, but Jelly's been able to catch up to the trio of them, as Clunky is giving Deputy some pressure here. Yeah, I am running off of life support. I've had to steal the TV remote's batteries. As Prezo up to 9th past Lightning. Lightning will be able to get the switch back. He will not. We're going to try and juice it. Heading up the hill to turn 6. No, he won't. Let Prezo up into 9th place. And that's Clunky and Deputy side by side. Clunky's going to try and hold it around the outside. Deputy gives the space, and Clunky actually made it work. A little bit conservative from Deputy, and Clunky is able to take advantage of that. As Orphan still able to hold on to the DRS of Cade, but only just barely. So Cade does have the pace advantage, it looks like. But it's also out of ERS, and so is Orphan Drop. They're both under 10%, it looks like. As MJ and Banana side by side heading into turn 1. MJ is ahead. As now, heading through turn 3 now, MJ half second gavel Banana already, and Karma really trying to get past Banana, no juicing, no nothing. Jazzy will get involved, and that is MJ up to the podium places. Meanwhile, Lightning on the back of Prezo, he's not close enough to make a move, but Ridgen and Seb are very close. Ridgen's going to try and send it up the inside. Seb leaves the room, but Ridgen is unable to make the move stick, and Seb stays in 12th place. And to any drivers listening to the stream right now, please remember, points are handed out to the top 15 if I win. So if you're having a bad race or you have no motivation, don't retire in the pits for the love of God, please. You can still get points. You know, Orphan Drop has dropped out of DRS range. He's out of DRS. Will he actually have the DRS? He won't. So Orphan has been unable to hold on to the DRS, but it looks like he will get it down the back straight after turn 3, as he's now within 7/10 of Cade. So he's been burning to try and keep himself within DRS, but Cade is running away with this so far. MJ able to hold on to 3rd ahead of Banana. And we have Deputy, he's fallen out of range from Clunky. Meanwhile, Ridgen still on the back of Seb. I think he's going to try and make a move, heading into turn 4 now. Let's see what he does. He activates the DRS. He activates the ERS. Seb doesn't have the DRS. He's side by side, heading into turn 4. Ridgen up the inside, makes the move stick, but Seb's going to try and get the switch back. Doesn't work though. Ridgen up into 12th, as it looks like Andre has made a mistake. He is in the wall. That's a huge mistake. He's spinning it around. He's having a terrible race so far. Orphan has been able to get back into the DRS of Cade, it looks like. It's a good recovery for Orphan to get himself back into the DRS range. Those two really have a pace advantage over the field at the moment. But something I've noticed as well, most people are on the mediums. Let's check this out. Tires. Only Karma's in the hard, so that makes sense as to why he dropped off so fast. Still, MJ still able to hold on to the podium points. As you have Jedley, he's going to try and go up the inside of Karma. They're going to be side by side through turn 4. Jedley barging his way through, and that is Aston Martin up in the 5th place ahead of Karma. Pretty good move from the Aston, I have to say. And it's now an Aston Martin 5.7. Karma has dropped 4 places, but he is on the hard tires, and I'm going to be very excited to see how he'll do once he puts those mediums on. And if a late race safety car might benefit him. Andre into the pits, will he retire? No, he won't. I'd assume he's going to put on a set of hards and try and hope for a safety car or some kind of... No, he put on some mediums. Okay then. Banana. He is juicing, and MJ is out of ERS. he's out. He's 0%. Remember, does have the overspeed, but he's not juicing. He's going to try and go up the inside, heading into turn. There's a little bit of contact. MJ is wide, and Banana's up to the podium place. There's a yellow flag. That is for Love, but he's had another spin at the back. But now Jedley's going to try and go up the inside. Both MJ and Jedley are out of ERS. But look like Jedley does have slightly lower front wing. Up the inside. Nice and fair racing between the two. Space is given. And Jedley is still there on the outside. A little bit of contact between the pair of them. Oh, and Jedley goes for spin. He goes for spin and he collects Karma. Karma and Jedley. Oh my god, Clunky is up in the 5th. Karma, does he have front wing damage? It doesn't look like it visually, but he might have some light front wing damage. Jedley and MJ made contact through turn 6 and 7. And that is huge for the race. Jedley, who's making a great recovery, has just lost all of that progress. Down to 10. MJ, 1.4 seconds behind Banana. That DRS train, which involved like 4 or 5 cars, has now immediately broken up. As Andre, 5-second penalty, speeding into the pits. I'd assume that's to retire, and it is. Karma into the pits. He probably front wing damage, I'd assume then. And the medium, I don't know if the medium's gonna go 25 laps, so I think he's gonna try and do that, but he's not having a good time. And yep, front wing replacement onto the mediums as Prezzo and Lightning are battling out for 7th. They've been side by side a lot of this race. Prezzo with the overspeed though is able to hold on to 7th place. Huge snap of overspeed on exit though that might give Lightning a chance to come back, but he doesn't. That is Prezzo staying in 7th place. A little bit of the DRS train growing behind Deputy, I see. Oh, as soon as I say that, he goes for a spin, just like Daniel Ricciardo in the actual race, except this time he doesn't collect a Haas. Speaking of collecting a Haas, there is Seb, who Deputy is now right behind. Lightning right on the gearbox of Prezzo. He will surely be able to make a move. Will gently be able to get into DRS range. It looks like he's just been able to, and he has. That's DRS for Jedley, no DRS for Taylor. As that's, oh, that's in the front of Deputy, he's gone for another spin. So as soon as I say that he's leaving the DRS train, he goes for 2 spins, and has dropped from, like, 6th to 15th. Super unfortunate for the McLaren driver as Willow comes into the pits. Super, very early pit stop for the Mercedes. I'd assume he's going to try and go into the hards and go for a very big undercut. And he does, as Prezzo has been able to hold on to 6th place ahead of Lightning. So Prezzo is doing a magic here, holding on to his place. Oh, huge snap of oversteer. These two have been battling out for this whole race. And they're not giving each other an inch. Lightning with the better exit. Will he try and send it? He does not. He does put Prezzo under some pressure though. As now heading down into turn 11 of these pitches, heading into Drum South. That is Deputy with another spin. He's having a torrid time out there. But Lightning, 3/10 lap from Prezzo, if he isn't able to make the move, that is super fortunate. He's juicing. He's realizing he probably needs to get by before the corner in order to make this move stick, which he has. Prezzo is now behind Lightning. Jedley is unable to put Prezzo under any pressure, and Deputy's now down to last. So, I feel like I jinxed him with the commentator's curse. But Prezzo does not juice. Lightning is juicing though, he's out of the earth, so that gives Prezzo a little bit of information for the upcoming lap. And I did not notice this. Orphan Drop got ahead of Katie. Orphan Drop up into the lead of the race. And pit stops surely must be coming soon. Surely must. And Willow, he's 20 seconds behind Karma, so I think Willow went into the pits to replace the front wing, because that's a lot of time to lost. Here we go. Will any of them pit at the end of this lap? Willow does. Interestingly. And Deputy as well. None of them retire, and none of them pit. And none of the top 2 pit. Will Banana pit? Nope. He nearly got me there, I'm not gonna lie. Funky does go to the pits. No. Prezzo has been able to stay within the DRS range of Lightning. And pit stops will be coming up very shortly, I have to say. But Cade and Orphan Drop side by side. What has happened there? Orphan Drop and Cade giving each other no room. Super tight racing between the two. MJ online, 3-second penalty. That is huge. As he's in the fight for the podium, for the final podium place. Orphan Drop and Cade not giving each other an inch. Giving flashbacks to Verstappen in 2021 against Hamilton. As it looks like Glob has gone for another spin at the back of the grid. He's having a terrible time. But Cade, will he try and go for a move on Orphan Drop down the back straight? Will he juice? He does juice. He's going to probably deposit the rest of his battery, and he does. But so does Orphan Drop. And there's a spinner, although I think that is going to take some Willard letting other drivers by. Cade unable to put a move on Orphan Drop heading to the terminal, but does put him under pressure. Both of them are very low on ERS, and will he be able to make the move? Down into turn 4, ERS. No ERS though. Breaks right after the concrete. No move made, but he's right on Orphan's gearbox, but he does not choose. But Orphan is 100% feeling the pressure at the moment. With the AlphaTauri, he's had the pace advantage so far in both qualifying and the race. Right on his gearbox. As we have Prezzo back ahead of Lightning in 6th place, it looks like. As Ridgen has gone into the pits for Hards. He's going to come out of the pits around the same place as Glob, but was on right behind him. Yeah, right behind him. Right on his gearbox. But Prezzo and Lightning still fighting with each other, tooth and nail, for 6th place. And are now 4.3 seconds behind Clunky, as Prezzo goes a bit deep. As ending off sector 2. Lightning, right on Prezzo's gearbox. As Cade goes to the pits. That was a huge voice back there. But Cade is going to try and go for the undercut on Orphan Drop. It's pretty early. Ahead of everyone else, and there's a chance he might come out of the pits into traffic, onto the hard tires for the AlphaTauri driver. Dylan Toe, 5-second penalty for speeding to the pits. He's also pitted. Same with Prezzo, Lightning, and Seb. As Cade's going to come out of the pits. With other drivers pitting, he's come out into clean air, luckily for him. So, this undercut might work out for him. As we have Karma on the mediums, it looks like he has jumped Prezzo. And he has. So Karma, front wing damage. And on some older mediums, he's been able to jump Prezzo, Lightning, and all of them. And is now behind his teammate, except he's 10 seconds back. So, Karma not having the best race, but the interesting thing is to see whether he'll be able to get those tires to the end of the race. As we see, is Orphan Drop going to come in? He is. Will he speed? He does not. Keeps it conservative as Banana enters the pits, MJ enters the pits, Clunky doesn't. Clunky stays out. Will gently into the pits. He does not. The Astons trying to go for a different strategy here. Both of them staying out on the mediums, either hoping for a safety car, or maybe trying to extend for softs or just much pressure hards. We'll see when they hit, because they're not far enough apart where they can comfortably double stack, because the pit crew in this game are weak. As here go Orphan Drop and Cade. Who's going to come out in front? Orphan Drop's going to come out ahead by a mile, but Cade will have his tires up to temp. And he's already within a second of Orphan, so they are going to be very close to each other by the end of the lap, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cade is ahead due to just the tire temp difference. As Glob, he's entered the pits for a set of hards. His race hasn't been going too well, I cannot lie. As here we go, Cade. Right on Orphan's gearbox. It looks like he's been able to get his tires warmed up as the Red Bull driver. Ooh, huge snap over here. For Cade there. Still within DRS range, but he's lost a lot of time there. As Funky enters the pits. Well, Jedley, he does. So they're going to have double stack. Now, hopefully they don't compromise each other's races with this. So you go Cade and Orphan Drop. Cade is completely out of ERS. Orphan Drop, meanwhile, has a little bit in the bank, around 40%. So So Orphan is looking much more comfortable at the moment, as Clunky's going to be coming out of the pits now. Will he come out ahead of Banana? No, he won't. But he might be in a very good position, side by side with MJ, and ahead of Karma. So Clunky, his strategy of staying out, could have just helped him get into the fight for the podium, although he needs to get these tires warmed up fast and not spin it. As Cade, all over the rear of Orphan Drop. These two will definitely be duking it out for the rest of this race. As there's already a 6-second gap between Cade and Banana to tie. There's going to be a different battle for lead and for third. And it looks like Prezzo has been able to gap Lightning 1.3 seconds. Lightning is not within Prezzo's DRS. As here we go, Karma is within DRS range of Clunky, but Clunky's within DRS range of MJ, and MJ does not have DRS off of Banana. So Clunky is juicing, he's trying to get close to MJ because he understands that this might be his only opportunity to try and get by him on track. As you have Clunky, getting closer, half a second back off of MJ, but it looks like MJ's going to get DRS. He hasn't, and MJ is super low in DRS. Clunky's also super low, but has a little bit in the bank to juice. Banana King Pie, on the other hand, is catching up to the front two, and has 40% in the bank for him. Juice. Orphan drop. Orphan, 3-second penalty. That is huge for the Red Bull driver, and that just gives Cade a sigh of relief. Although let's check out how many warnings Cade has, if this game allows me to. Cade doesn't have a single warning. So Cade is super comfortable at the moment as Karma and Clunky is gone for a spin. Had the ideal strategy, was running well in 5th, putting MJ under pressure, and he's just gone for a spin and is down to 8th. Being put under pressure by Dylan and his teammate Jedley. Super unfortunate for the Aston, but just didn't work out for him. Made that mistake, and it's a crucial error that's just cost him bunch of positions as Jedley and Dylan side by side. Jedley's going to get past Dylan. They're going to be side by side heading to turn 1. But it looks like Dylan has been... Whoa, okay. Dylan went very deep there. Tried to hold it around the inside. Around the outside, rather. But was just unable to do so. The Jedley, if it's an it's an Aston Martin 8-9. And let's see if there's going to be some team orders that come in play. To see if they want to switch positions, try and DRS each other, and try and get to the back of Lightning, which I think that's what they're going to try and do. Cade still right behind Orphan Drop, super comfortable, he's running at a consistent rhythm at the moment, trying to not get any warnings. He's currently at none, but he might need to start worrying about Banana because he's caught up to the Paradigm by 7/10 in the last couple laps without DRS. So Banana does have the pace advantage at the moment, and he's bringing MJ along with him. Here we go. Ooh, is MJ saving fuel? Is he saving fuel? That's something to keep an eye on. Because that was an interesting turn 1. MJ lifted off the throttle for a little bit for braking. Doesn't do the same thing for turn 4, but... Did MJ have underfueled his car just a little bit too much? Karma, can we keep an eye on him because he's on 10-lap old mediums and we still have 15 laps in the race. Really good when you get those tires to the end. And will weather have a factor in this race? There are a few dark clouds in the background. It's very overcast at the beginning of this race, but it's starting to clear up. But there's still those threatening clouds as Jedley in the Aston has gone for a spin. Down to 11, and his race not been going too well. Contact with MJ while fighting for, I think, either 5th or 4th. I think it was for 4th, and now he's down to 11th after another spin. As Lightning, he's been able to get back into the DRS range of Prezzo. But Prezzo has that straight line speed advantage. Wow! Prezzo has an insane setup, or Lightning's just running very high downforce. Let's see the Lightning Juice heading down the back straight. He does, but so does Prezzo. As we know, Prezzo has an insane setup down the straights. Little room given to each other. There's contact. The two are off. The two have spun. And that is huge. Huge. And that's probably going to be a report. Both of them spun around while battling for 6th place. And Lightning spun it again while trying to keep it on track. That's both Prezzo and Lightning down to 9th and 10th. Make it 11th for Lightning, as 7th been able to get by him. So that's Clunky up into 6th, so he's only lost 1 place now. Getting back there is Karma. He's getting back up. There, as Cade and Orphan drop side by side, down the pit straight. Across the finish line, they're side by side heading into turns 1 and 3. Orphan trying to keep his nose at the inside. He does it successfully. But now Cade will have the DRS. There is the Ferrari of Lightning. He's gone for a spin. But Cade, he doesn't have DRS. He doesn't have any DRS. He does send it. Ooh, super duper tight between the pair of them. The Orphan drop is able to hold on to the lead. Banana has been losing time to them, so interesting to see. Dreadly comes into the pits to retire. Not what I would have done, because he's just thrown away some easy points. But Deputy and Willow will 100% take that. Their races are over. They are just trying to hope for a safety car or just people to retire. As there's a spinner that looks like Willow just trying to let drivers by. And that is indeed what he's doing. Karma trying to get within DRS range of MJ, unable to do so yet, and staying at that 1.1, 1.2 second mark for a while now. So it's going to be very tough for him to get into there. As Cade, it's pretty clear he has the pace advantage over Orphan, but Orphan's setup, both of the Red Bull setups are incredibly fast down the straight. Like, Cade has DRS and Orphan is barely losing any time to him, as there's a spinner that is blob grip. He's gone for another spin. Not having a good day in the office is the Alpha driver. Top 2, separated by nothing. Orphan has used all of his DRS in the reserves. His red light is blinking. As we have the MJ still right on the back of Banana, and I'm interested to see how many warnings does MJ have, because that will decide. Okay, so he has 5 warnings. So if he gets 1 more, he's on 6 seconds of penalties. Speaking of penalties, let's check them out. So Orphan is on 3 seconds, MJ on 3 seconds, Dylan on 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, I would assume. And Origin on 3 seconds is the Mercedes driver. Karma still within that 1.2 second range. He's going to need to hope for a mistake from either MJ or Banana in order to get into that DRS range, because it's just not working out for him at the moment. Lightning and Snickers battling it out for 11th place. Through jumps out now. Lightning does have the DRS. He has a lot of ERS within the reserves, and he will surely get by Snickers. Piece of cake. Lightning in the Ferrari up to 11th. That's Orphan. Orphan's had a spin. Orphan has had a spin. He is around, and that is Orphan drop, who has spun from the lead down to 5th. That is huge, and he's gone for another spin. His tires are cooked, and this could let Clunky by. Oh, Clunky almost goes for a spin. The two are side by side. Orphan rejoins the track in 6th place. He's going to try and get back past Clunky. Sends it up to the inside. That was messy from Orphan. Super messy. And now Dylan's going to go around the outside. Orphan just dropped from 1st to 7th, with Rigid now right on his tail. I have no clue what happened, whether there was contact or something. But that is Orphan drop down to 7th from the lead, and does he have front wing damage? He does not. He stays out. That's Clunky. Up into 5th. He spun from 5th, and now he's back into 5th. And now this battle between Banana, MJ, and Karma is no longer for 3rd. It's for 2nd. Ridgen and Orphan Drop. Very close. Ridgen sensed up the inside, barges his way through, and that is Ridgen up into 7th place. Orphan Drop is not having a good time at the moment, and he was my teammate around like 3-4 seasons ago in the top Xbox tier of the weekend. Yeah, he was my teammate, and personal experience, I can tell you, he is not going to be happy. Yes, you have Karma. Has he finally been able to get into the DRS range? It looks like he has 9/10ths. He hasn't. What? What? He was like in a second. The game did not give it to him. But MJ, he's trying to catch up to Banana. He's going to try and send it to the inside. Very late and very bold move from the Ferrari, but that's just costing them more and more time, because that just allowed Cade to gap them by like 7/10 of a second and allowed Karma to get within DRS range. So MJ, I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but he's just costing the both of them time. And there's a spinner that is glob dribble once again. I think his main goal now is to just finish the race. You have Dylan and Clunky battling it out for 5th. No moves made, but Dylan is very close to Clunky, although he does have a 5-second penalty, but there is the possibility that it could be removed. Here we go. The battle for 2nd is on. It's between Banana Cake Pie, MJ, and Karma. MJ does have a penalty though, so Karma's going to need to try and first of all get those tires to the end, but second of all get past MJ, which is going to be a task. Cade, what's happened to Cade? He's made a huge mistake. He's lost 2 seconds. And the gap between Cade and Banana is now 3.7 seconds. So Cade has made a massive error through the final sector. I assume he lost the rear coming out of Gonzal. That could be very crucial as Dylan, right on the back of Clunky, easy move to the Alpha Romeo driver. He's up into 5th. Will Clunky fight this? He will. But I don't think I'd advise that. He backs out, and that's Dylan up into 5th. But Clunky gets the better exit and will have DRS, so I'd assume he's going to try and get back by, as that's Glob Drift who just come out of the pits. Ooh, Dylan. Good defense from Dylan, although Clunky did back out there. There could have been a distraction from Glob Drift, who decided to enter the pits for a set of mediums, which I do not understand. If you're already this late into the race, you should just go for a set of softs. Try and go for the fastest lap, get that extra point. Because as far as I know, as long as you finish the race, you can get the point for the fastest lap. And here we go, Cade and Banana. Cade is starting to open up that gap again. But they're very evenly matched on pace. Here you go, Clunky and Dylan. This would be a battle for the rest of this race, 7 laps remaining. Here for the Brazilian Grand Prix, the season opener for Pacific Open. We have Orphan Drop and Ridgen super close to each other. Ridgen, oh my god, tried to send it to the inside of Clunky, it looked like. Not going to get an exit from what I saw, but Orphan didn't either, and he's not going to be able to capitalize off of Ridgen's mistake. But that was a very bold attempt from Ridgen. It looked like he was going to try and send it on Clunky, but maybe he's just one of those drivers that takes an early apex heading into turn 1. As here we go, Dylan and Clunky. Oh, Clunky! Super late on the brakes. Nearly runs into the back of Dylan. No contact made. That opens up the gap very slightly for Dylan. Gives him a little bit of breathing room, but there's no way Clunky's going to allow him to just run away with this. Here we go. Break at the end of the Rolex sponsorship. This uses all the curve on the outside as the Alpine of Glob Drift is just going through them. Ugh, it's not a good idea, Glob Drift, because you know, if they don't report it, you'll find that Willow keeps up the time penalty, and that's Glob Drift with the fastest lap of the race as well. Here we go, Dylan. Ooh, he gets a really bad exit, goes wide. This is Clunky's opportunity to get by. They both have DRS, as Dylan is getting the DRS off Glob Drift, but Clunky is able to capitalize off of Dylan's mistake, and he's up into 5th place. Meanwhile, Banana. losing time to Cade, but I think his main goal is to just hold on to second, because MJ is still putting a whole lot of pressure on him, and Karma is there, although I think he's going to start going into tire conservation mode, because he has an 11-second gap to the car behind, and MJ has a 3-second penalty and is very close to another one. So I think Karma's going to try and start saving his tires. 19 lap old idiots. Those things are surely must be dead, as Dylan has just dropped out of DRS range of Funky. So now Ridgen is going to put Dylan under pressure down the back straight. The Alfa Romeo driver and the Mercedes driver both shooting their butt off. But Orphan, out of DRS, is trying everything to get by the Mercedes. Wide line in the turn was trying to get the good exit. That looked like the track limit was there, but I do not think that would matter. I can move down the back straight. No moves are going to be made, it looks like, unless Orphan absolutely sends it, but he does not. Ridgen did go wide, but Orphan was not able to get a good enough exit to capitalize off of that mistake. You know, Dylan's main goal is to try and get back into Clunky's DRS, but Clunky, he's just blasted off. He's gained a second on Karma, and has just gapped Dylan by 1.5 seconds. You know, Prezzo, the two Red Bulls, 8th and 9th. Prezzo having a nice and quiet race at the back. His intense battle with Lightning ended up with the both of them spinning off at turn 4, which will certainly result in a steward's protest, and to be honest, I don't know who to blame for that, because we didn't get a good camera angle. I mean, no, we got a good camera angle. It was just a tough incident to, like, judge. You know, speaking of Lightning, he is closing up to Seb, but Seb's pace has been fairly impressive. He qualified last for, like, 0.6 of a second or something, and he's matching the pace of Lightning. Because Seb got past Lightning after Lightning spun that second time. Well, to be honest, he did spin at the downhill part before jumping south. You know, Ridgen and Dilito fighting it out for 6th place. It looks like Dilito's hopes for 5th are over. 5th on track now. And now it's going to be a battle for 6th between Dylan, Ridgen, and Orphandrop. Orphandrop's just going to be there to try and capitalize off any mistakes or contact or bits of contact that these two might make. Lightning and Seb, very close to each other now. I'm going to stay on board with them, only for a little bit, because the main battle is for 6th place. Ridgen does not get a good exit, I have to say, but Dylan does have that tiny bit more energy. Will he juice? He does, and will Ridgen be able to get by? Ridgen did take an early apex that one time. Dylan defends aggressively. He's going to try and go around the outside as Ridgen. Orphandrop is there to capitalize. They're going to be too wide, and Ridgen up into 6th place. Beautiful move from the Mercedes driver around the outside of Dylan through turn 1. Wide line from Dilito. He's going to be under pressure from Orphandrop, but now he's going to put pressure on Ridgen around the outside of turn 4. Ridgen squeezes. And that is Ridgen holding on to 6th. And Orphandrop is past Dilito now, up into 7th. Now Orphandrop has a very, very good sight. Very good line of sight at Ridgen's gearbox. Ridgen made a very aggressive move on Orphandrop, heading down into turn 4, and he's just been stuck behind him since. But with 2 laps remaining, this could be Orphan's chance to finally get ahead of Ridgen and try and salvage something from this race. Meanwhile, Cade brings us onto the penultimate lap. Dominated this race so far. Great battle with Orphan until Orphan made that crucial mistake, and it just consistently put him lap after lap after lap. Willow goes into pits, presumably for a set of softs, and he's going to try and steal Globdrip's fastest lap. As Orphandrop and Ridgen side by side heading into turn 1. This gives me flashbacks to Brazil 2022 when Verstappen and Hamilton made contact, and Orphandrop is able to make the move stick, but now Ridgen's going to have the DRS down into turn 4. Doesn't have the DRS though. Will he send it? Does. A little bit of contact there. Dilito's able to capitalize off of that. Ridgen might have front wing damage, and luckily for Orphan, he didn't get spun around. So I have to say, Ridgen has been very aggressive, and him being aggressive has just cost him some valuable time, as he now has front wing damage. Look at that understeer. And that could cost him That did cost him 6th, and that could even cost him 7th. As Karma, he is dropping back as there's a spinner that is the Red Bull of Prezzo. As I was saying, he gives us a nice and clean race at the back. After his battle with Lightning, he's gone and done that. Anyways, final lap of the race. Cade leads it with a 4.6 gap. Through Banana Pie, make it 4.7. And is going to try and put Banana under pressure. Karma, 24 laps on the mediums. He's just trying to get those to the end. And will he be able to hold on to that podium place? He needs to stay within 3 seconds of MJ. And here you go, Orphan dropping Dylan. Let's see how these two are going to fare. Any move from Dylan, it doesn't look like it. But he does break very late, no contact, but very late move. Glove grip on the other hand, hit very late, and I don't think he'll be able to get another lap in. Here you go, Cade. Rounding off Sector 2, it has been a dominant display from the AlphaTauri driver, pole position by 0.2 of a second. A great battle with Orphan Drop for the majority of the first half of the race, and after that crucial mistake from the Red Bull driver, he's just cruised to victory. Cade in the AlphaTauri wins the Brazilian Grand Prix ahead of Banana Cake Pie in 2nd, MJ in 3rd, and Karma. Is he able to steal the podium? He is! Karma, 25 laps on the mediums, is able to take that podium away from MJ by 59 thousandths of a second. Clunky's able to come home 5th. Dylan Toe comes home 6th, so Orphan Drop got another penalty. And Dylan was able to capitalize off of that and is up into 6th. Ridgen ran out of fuel. He's out of fuel. And he has dropped behind both Prezzo and Lightning. Prezzo makes it at Red Bull 7-8, with Lightning recovering to 9th after that contact between Prezzo and himself and those couple of spins. Snickers is out of fuel, so Seb gets by him. And that is the race over. What a race. What a race for me to come back to. Insane race from the drivers here tonight. Battles all around. Some great moments, some great pieces of racing. And Cade coming out with the win. Very deserving. And yeah, Cade takes the win here at Sao Paulo. The AlphaTauri group certainly happy, and Cade certainly even more happy. He's getting his title charge off to a great start with round 1 of 15 done. Bring the champagne in celebration. We're going to go on to the results screen now. And we're going to confirm Cade in 1st place, taking the win ahead of Banana Cake Pie in 2nd from 6th place on the grid, and Karma in 3rd, 25 laps on the mediums, and just steals the podium from MJ. Very, very good drive from Karma, very good recovery. Clunky after that spin comes home 5th, avoiding all the incidents and carnage. Dylan is able to come home 6th with Orphan, battling for the lead all race, ends up 7th. Huge disappointment for the Red Bull driver, but at least he's able to salvage something from this race. Prezzo in 8th, nice and clean race, and a great battle with Lightning. Speaking of Lightning, he's at 9th, with Ridgen in 10th, and Seb in 11th. Snickers in 12th, Deputy fighting in the top 10 for the majority, for the first half of the race, and then that spin, those couple of spins. Glob Trip in 14th, and Willow in 15th at the fastest lap, and your DNFs are Jedley and Andre. What a race, and just what a race from these drivers. They may not be the fastest, but they do know how to fight it out. Great racing from the 17 drivers that participated tonight. And thank you everyone so much for tuning into tonight's stream and watching tonight's race. And we will see you all next week for round 2 at Catalunya, Spain. I'm Jacob. It's been a pleasure commentating tonight. See you next time.